Hi all. Today I am going to explain about a framework called DeepFace. Nowadays, the face detection and face recognitions are like very important. We know that all the social medias like Facebook and Instagram are like they are using it very commonly to detect the human face. So DeepFace really help us to make this job very easy, because DeepFace is a lightweight face recognition and facial attribute analysis, okay, which analyzes age, gender, emotion, race, and it is framework for Python. This particular framework uses different recognition framework like BGG Face, Google FaceNet, OpenFace, Facebook DeepFace, and DeepID, ArcFace, and the DLib. Okay, we can use any one of these framework, and the installation of DeepFace is very simple. We can just run it like pip install DeepFace. Okay, so they have given like lot of examples here to verify a image and how to recognize a image, and they have also done like some specific exercise or some research, and in that what they are saying is that FaceNet, BGG Face, ArcFace, and DLib overpowers than OpenFace, DeepFace, and the DeepID, okay, based on their experiment. Okay, they have given some statistics here. Yeah, you guys can go through this one, and it is very easy to understand, and they are also supporting like different face detecting mechanisms, like they have incorporated like OpenCV, SST, DLib, MTCNN, and Retina Face. And here we can see a YouTube channel that they have explained everything about the DeepFace. So here I am going to explain like how I did with DeepFace. Okay, so I have created a small web application in Django, okay, which will help us to train few images, and it will easily recognize, and it will give us like the different attributes of that image. So I will run the program, then I will explain you the coding part. So here this is the first screen of the application. Okay, the main goal of this application to explain about the DeepFace and how easily we can train and how easily we can recognize this. So I didn't work like much on the UI part. First I will explain you how the verification UIs look like. So here you can see that, okay, this is the verification. Here we can select like any model. So I am going to select FaceNet and the distance matrix test and OpenCV. Then here like I am selecting one image from here. Okay, I am going to select a image of Daniel Grace. Then I am going to submit this one. So under the hood it is creating a DeepFace model, and it is creating a embedding. Okay, then it will run an analyzer method to see different attributes of this image. Okay. So this is the name is unknown, his emotion is sad, age is 44, and gender is man, and race is white. Yeah, it says like he is sad, maybe he is. Now let me go to the training part. Similar to the verification, I can select a model, and maybe I can select a OpenCV as a backend. Here I am going to select different images. So I have like a 5 or 6 images of Daniel Grace, and I have like 5 or 6 have like a scene corner, and I have like 2 to 3 images of Aishwarya Rai. Okay, so I'm just selecting those and going to train them. Okay, so you have like I have given some instructions. So the image name should be like label name underscore. Okay, for example, if it is like images of Bill Gates, the label name is expected like Bill Gates underscore. Maybe this can be like anything after underscore. Okay, here I am going to train this particular model. Training is actually very fast. Under the hood, okay, this is taking each images and creating the embeddings of these images. Okay, and it is saving to some memory location. Here in this application we are using Redis cache. So in my machine the Redis cache is actually running. So I am using Redis cache to save all these embeddings. Okay, now the training is done. Okay, I should have put some links here. Okay. Now I am going to verify this application, verify this particular image. So I am going to select the same thing, OpenCV. Okay, I have a test folder. Test folder, I am selecting one image. Okay, yeah, this is actually very cool, and it is detected it has a Daniel, and his emotion is fear, and his age, gender, and everything is detected, and it is actually very fast also. And maybe I can select, okay, I can select a picture of Aishwarya Rai. It says like Aishwarya Rai's happy face. Okay, let me select another face. I'm not sure what will detect this one. Let me see. Okay. This particular error, because like sometimes we are getting this because this image I use is like it's not able to detect a face. So maybe I can select like another image. Okay, so this is actually detected as like a wrong person. Okay, because like we did a training with like very less images. Okay. Maybe let me try with this one. Yeah, this is detected very correctly, very accurate. Okay, so this is like the accuracy can be increased by giving like more images of that particular person. That will really help the application to learn the features of the particular person. Okay. Okay. Now I will explain how the coding parts work. I use Django framework, so we can also use Flask. I used it because like I am little bit more comfortable with Django framework. So I have created a new app like a Student Web, just named it like Student Web. Here we have a template folder, we have a index.template and a select option and a result and train. I have created like 4 template files. Here we have a URL, so URL is like redirecting to the particular view. First I will explain how the training part is working. Okay, in our training part, first we are getting the different choices from the application, from the UI side. Okay, and based on that, so this is simply like we are getting it from the form data. After that, like we are getting like the images, and we are going through each images, and we are saving that into a folder. Okay, and here we are pre-processing the image, and after the pre-processing we are creating the embedding of this particular. This is a 128x1 matrix. Okay, and this is we are saving into a Redis cache memory. So this is, we are doing it for all the images. So this is only like 10 or 20 lines of code for the training part, and in the verification part, okay, similar to the training, we are getting all the details of choices, model choice, dictator choice and matrix choice. Then this is like a custom function I have written. So analyzer.py, the analyzer.py actually calling a dphase built-in function analyze. Here we are passing the image and the dictator choice, okay, backend dictator. This will return a result which contains features like, okay, what is this emotion, age, gender and the race, okay, all these things we will get from the result field. Okay, once the result is got, we will run a function to recognize this particular person. Here we are creating a dphase model, then we are trying to get the image size of the model. Okay, so based on the model choice, the input image size will vary. So I have written it here. In the form.py, I have defined what need to be the input size based on the model. Okay. So similar to the training phase, here also we are pre-processing the image, then we are creating the embedding of that particular image. So I have set the name as unknown and a variable as like a high value like 100. Here the cache.keys will give us all the keys in the Redis cache, and we will loop through each key. Then we will fetch the saved embeddings. This will be converted to float. Then we will run a dphase built-in function like distance.find Euclidean distance. Okay, so this will give us a value, a distance value. Okay, and we will check based on this distance value, we can identify this particular person. So what it says, like if the distance is less than or equal to 10, okay, so it means that it is matching. Okay, so here I added a variable also like to compare which image will give like lesser distance. Okay, the lesser distance means more matching. So once this is done, we are parsing this particular name. Actually, we are this key itself. Okay, so as you guys, as I said earlier, like the label name should be like with underscore. Okay, so we are splitting with underscore. Okay, then we are identifying the image. Okay, here like as I mentioned earlier, like yeah, I am not the entire goal of this exercise is to explain you guys about the dphase and how that this can be integrated with the Django application. Here like you can see that okay, lot of validations are not followed. Okay, so this is all about this particular code. Okay, so I will upload this code to my GitHub repository. You guys can download and you guys can run it. Okay, and yeah, that's it. That's about it. Okay, if you guys have any questions, you can put into the comment column. I will try to answer those. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much.